Buckle up, because you're about to plunge into the most adrenaline-pumping police chases ever captured on camera. Twists that'll leave your jaw on the floor and tension so thick you'll feel it in your chest. This isn't a movie, it's real life. Welcome to Speed Ghost. Let's get started. A quiet evening turned to chaos when a suspect torched a supermarket, then tore through the city in a gray Buick, barreling through red lights, narrowly missing pedestrians, and weaving recklessly through traffic. The desperation was palpable. Police pursued relentlessly, the tension mounting with every second.
Stop up, lights out, wrong traffic. It's a Chevy Malibu, no plates.
Chevy Malibu, no plates. Your color?
It's gonna be green color, and we're on Prospect right now. Going westbound on Prospect. Speed 49, we're on Prospect, I'm behind it. No plate, looks like I'm 5-1. We're on Prospect, still westbound. Let me have all the units come from the other side. They lit up the whole place on fire. Have FB response, please.
She's already on the way.
You're in my car. 3 on Raymond.
3, okay, Raymond, my vehicle.
Finally, the chase ended in a parking lot. The suspect fled on foot, darting through backyards before officers tackled him to the ground. The scene was chaotic, but justice was swift. The arsonist now faces a cascade of charges. A 12-year-old boy behind the wheel of an SUV. It sounds unbelievable, but the reality was far more harrowing. Racing through neighborhoods, picking up passengers, and smashing into other vehicles, the boy's reckless escape left destruction in its wake.
On the wrong way on the Delray exit behind the movie theater. Yeah, I just took the wrong way to the 25 exit behind Sam.
The chase ended in a crash, revealing a shocking scene. Ammunition and a firearm scattered nearby. Tearfully, the boy claimed he was forced to drive, leaving police to untangle a story as complex as the chaos he caused.
Down. Lay the fuck down. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Lay down. Lay down.
My knees, I'm not gonna do anything, sir, I swear. My knees are hurting, sir, my knees. My knees, I'm sorry, sir, my knees. I was sworn. They are good, I'm telling you. They are good. They are good. They had a gun.
What's up right now?
Okay, can you take my mask off, please? They had a gun in my head, sir.
Who are you?
An SUV without lights stormed through intersections, ignoring commands to stop. It was a dangerous game of cat and mouse as the suspect defied all efforts to corner him, weaving with a calculated recklessness that left officers with no choice but to act.
The bound on the right, just cross boundary, east 50. South on Tiller. South on Tiller crossing 19. Going east on 19th. East on 19th crossing Summit.
A perfectly executed pit maneuver finally brought the vehicle to a halt. With no escape left, the suspect was subdued, bringing a safe and decisive end to the chase. A Nissan roared down the highway at 105 miles per hour, its driver intoxicated and defiant. Sparks flew as a blown tire shredded against the asphalt, but even that didn't slow the suspect's frantic attempt to flee.
For your time, the 2017 from Ultima.
We're still down to about 64. We're still headed towards Garrison.
I'm taking over. Speed 57, track flat. About to come up on South O. Good, good to see you. He throws sparks from his rims. Speed 81. And just back down top.
Not done. It's not coming traffic in the city. He's lost a tire, so he's going to have to stop eventually.
When the car flipped onto its side, the chase ended in a jarring moment of stillness. The driver confessed to drinking, sealing their fate in a night of poor decisions and severe consequences. Tension skyrocketed as a driver pulled an illegal U-turn and sped away, sparking a 20-minute pursuit. The chase seemed to stall as aerial surveillance took over, but the calm was short-lived. It reignited with explosive intensity. The suspect's escape ended in chaos when they collided with a sign. Cornered and desperate, they fired at police, but the officers responded with precision, securing the area and neutralizing the threat. Chaos erupted as a black Lexus blazed through traffic at over 100 miles per hour, running red lights and hurtling against the flow. The streets became a battleground as officers closed in on the dangerous driver.
Taking all units, 10-3, 10-33, 201.
Take the left.
The suspense peaked when the Lexus collided with a Prius, flipping violently before coming to rest upside down. Among the wreckage, police uncovered $220,000 in a Glock 31, a shocking twist to an already perilous pursuit. A Jeep careened through residential areas and school zones, crossing yellow lines with no regard for safety. Every turn ratcheted up the tension as police faced a suspect who refused to yield.
We're boxing him in. He's trying to pass me. Coming up on box.
Can you end it?
Yeah, I'm about to end it. Let me get over this hill.
A daring pit maneuver forced the vehicle into a ditch, but the driver didn't give up. Reversing and screaming, the defiant woman had to be subdued with a taser, ending the ordeal with one final shocking twist.
Okay, can we take a 74 and do westbound?
I put him in the ditch. All right, they're stopped.
A Dodge barreled down the road at 105 miles per hour, police in relentless pursuit. Flattened tires and barricades failed to deter the suspect, who clung to their futile escape with maddening resolve.
Or 46.
Yes.
74, they're right behind me. I'm gonna try and hit them.
Copy, attempting a hit.
I'm with him. 35 behind him.
Copy. Copy, good hit. Roll, we'll get medical.
Disregard. Yeah, pull back over. They're now going to go northbound. Northbound.
Copy, it's going back northbound.
Good fit, good fit.
After a pit maneuver brought the chase to an end, the suspect claimed a broken leg, a ruse quickly exposed by officers who subdued him with a taser, concluding the harrowing pursuit.
bro. No, this one's fucked up to see. Well,
A pickup truck, missing a tire, sped through the city at 60 miles per hour. Sparks and debris flew as the vehicle staggered on, the suspect pushing the truck to its limits to evade capture.
We're starting to slow down at this point. This has gotten much, much slower in the past 30 seconds or so because that vehicle's literally coming apart on the freeway.
Yeah, and you can see it just leaning there a little more as we follow this chase here up Gulf Freeway on the southbound lanes. Yeah, you see the police there behind it and some in front. They also have a perimeter there. I see there on the feeder road, some officers there also following that. But Don, just so surprising that we started this chase following this about 6 to 7 minutes ago, and somehow this driver is still able to keep going at a decent speed.
It is truly amazing, and you know, you would think that if he can drive this well on three wheels, that he would go faster. I don't know, but I don't know what the thought process is here to begin with. So you just never know with these chase vehicles. I don't understand the purpose of all of this, especially with all of the police in pursuit and at a decent pace, 60 miles an hour or so.
Yeah,
so,
well, I guess we never really understand the chases, and I'm also wondering, there's probably helicopters up there with you as well. Have you seen any police or county helicopters up there keeping up as well?
I have not. The county helicopters are kept in a different part of town. I just want to look here real quick and see. This is Galveston police that are chasing him. And I mentioned to you earlier that it was coming out of Galveston County. So not exactly sure if this was Galveston City proper, but Galveston police is taking the lead on this.
Okay, Don, we're going to interrupt for just a moment to let everybody know that as we wind up Eyewitness News at 6:30, we continue the chase right now on abc13.com. So you can switch over to follow us on digital as we return you to the programming. We're going to meet you there right now. And we continue on digital here on abc13.com. This police chase as they follow this truck. This is now down near Clear Lake, I-45 South. This is the Gulf Freeway. It started on the Gulf Freeway down near El Dorado, went all the way up into the city of Houston, turned around pretty close to Hobby Airport. The person exited the freeway, basically made a U-turn under it and got right back on. This vehicle has not had a left front tire since we have been following the chase, and now also has no left front wheel either. Headed back down south toward Galveston on I-45, now down near Clear Lake, and amazingly picking up speed at this point, Don. I thought that we were basically wrapping things up about 2 minutes ago, and it looks like they've managed to pick speed right back up again, and the sparks are still flying.
And there's no fire, at least the one that's visible right now, but sooner or later it will. You can see the smoke coming out from the back of the car, so something in there is burning besides scraping on the ground. So it's just a matter of time. And to be quite frank with you, I'm surprised that we don't have spike strips put out ahead of this. I understand that the freeway still has regular traffic on it, but at some point I would imagine that the driver of this vehicle is going to pull off of the freeway, or at least off to the side once it's incapable of moving.
Yeah, we don't know who is driving this vehicle. Again, we're not really sure what started all of this, and we don't know if this driver could potentially be armed. But you can see authorities at Galveston County, as Don mentioned, really making that decision to stay far behind this. We are now officially in traffic here, Don. We are coming up on vehicles that are stopped on the freeway. It looks like the truck has decided to exit at this point. And, yep, we have exited off of the freeway once again. We'll be on the free feeder road in just a moment. Or is this NASA Road 1? I'm trying to figure out.
That looks like NASA Road 1. I think he got off on. Is it, Don? And as he's driving, you can just see pieces of the car, of that truck still.
The NASA bypass.
Got you. And like I was saying, you can just see pieces of the truck still coming off as his driver is making his way up the road. And Don, it seems like we can't get a clear picture inside this truck. It looked like the windows may be tinted.
Yeah, I was trying to look in there to see myself. The windows are rolled up, the windows are tinted. Obviously, the engine's running and the air conditioning is on. So I hope that they're comfortable.
Right.
It appears that way. Don't see any more sparks, so I'm not exactly sure what the truck is riding on that left front, but it certainly is on the undercarriage of the truck, the Nissan Frontier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Surprised that he's even able to maneuver like he's been able to.
It's amazing, right? I mean, I'm just shocked that a vehicle can continue driving for this long, and we are seeing some flames coming from under that hood. So that's what Don was talking about. Some of those were sparks that we were seeing down on the ground, but when the lighting is right, it looks like there are actually some flames coming from underneath the vehicle as well. And if we got that shadow back on it, we would see it. You can see how squirrely the vehicle is. Now we've got a window down.
Down, and you see someone waving there out of the truck. Like he's saying go back, or the person saying stay back.
When the truck finally came to a halt, smoke and flames erupted, illuminating the chaotic scene. Police closed in, surrounding and subduing the driver, bringing the high-stakes 30-minute pursuit to a fiery finish.